Thursday was a pretty average day in the live room. Personally, I took about 2 trades. One was stopped out for losses. The other is still in progress, currently about break even right now, plus one, just looking at it. But I want to bring up 2 charting examples that we looked at on Wednesday. Right now I'm on Aussie Yen 60-minute chart, and a trader brought this up in the live room on Wednesday, and I just want to show it to you guys an example of how market harmonics and how Fibonacci's combined together with a strategy and rules, of course, could basically give you free money. In this example, we had a 3 drives pattern with a lot of Fibonacci confluence. I'll go in and draw the 3 drives. Our first drive going from A to B, and let me go ahead and make this a different color so it's easier to see. Royal blue. Thicken it up some. There we go. A to B, and you'll see if I copy and paste this 2 times, we have a drive up, a second drive giving us the ABCD pattern, which could have been a trade within itself, and then one last drive up into this area around 80.44. If we draw a horizontal line in here, and then I'll thicken that up as well, maybe make it dotted, and we look left, we'll see that we have a structure area as well to the same zone. Now, if that wasn't enough, if we start bringing in our Fibonacci's, we can even start with a Fibonacci retracement from our last swing high to our swing low, going down. We'll see we have a 618 retracement lining up right with that zone. And then just to get greedy, we'll draw on some Fibonacci extensions, first from A to B. We'll see that if I bring in our 1414, our minor Fibonacci point, that lines up basically right in the same area. If I bring in another Fibonacci from our swing low to swing high here, back down, you'll see that we have our 127 up here as well. If I start taking some Fibonacci inversions going backwards, you'll see we have a 1618 inversion. Even if I do this one, let's see, another 1618 inversion. So you see we have a 3 drives pattern. We have the market giving us some major structure to the left, and we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, about 5 Fibonacci's in the same zone. And then even up here, the market gives us a nice little double top, hitting our level, coming back, retesting again with our side inversions. So just a good example of using your tools. The market could basically tell you that there is money on the table to be got, and you have to take these opportunities every time. Now, on a different note, let me go to, I think it was EuroCAD. A pretty cool story. I'm going to go to EuroCAD 2 hour actually. We had a trader in the room. Not sure. I think he's a newer trader. Not 100% sure. But anyway, yesterday he brought up in the room that he had entered this trade right where this red line is at. So right around 127.95. And again, I'm on EuroCAD 2 hour chart. Now, at the time he brought it up, the market had fallen down to this level, and he said, Akil, do you mind looking at EuroCAD? I said, sure. He said, I have a question for you. He said, would you consider just closing out the trade right now? And I asked him, I forgot what he entered on. I'm not sure if it was a ratio type trade, maybe an advanced pattern, maybe gotten late. But I asked him where his stops were. He said his stops were right down here. Let's say 127.18, below this structure leg. So I said no. I said the market hasn't come down to even test the structure leg yet. There's no reason that you should think about taking out your trades. And basically what he said is, it's tough because I entered the trade, the market went against me, and you know how it is, guys. You see those red numbers and you start second guessing yourself. So my advice to him was, I said, here's something I do that helps, or used to help. I'll look at the chart, I'll make sure my stop's in place, I'll have my target in place, and then I'll simply close the chart now. I'll simply do something like this. Bang. Close the chart, come back in a few hours. It is on a higher time frame, so we have a few hours before the trade's either going to get stopped out or target's going to be hit. But I'll close the chart up and then bring it back up a little later. So market went on, And today he brought it up again, and honestly, I forgot all about the trade. And he said, "Hey, Akil, thank you very much for your advice." And I'm like, "What for?" And he said, "Well, remember that trade yesterday?" He said, "Well, I didn't cancel the trade. I didn't close out. I kept my stops where they're at, and basically, if I scroll out, you'll see what happened." Now, again, I'm not sure what pattern he was trading, but I would think targets would be somewhere up here just because they line up with a structure level. So a big rookie mistake is getting scared out of the market. And what this guy was about to do, he was about to take his trade off right here, down about 20 pips. So not a bad loss. But he would have woke up the next day, saw that it won, and been even more upset because not only did he break his rules by getting out of a trade, but he stopped himself out of a winner. So the whole room gave him a big applause. I have a little music sound I make for following your rules, holding on to your trade, and you ended up dealing with the pain. Where in this area where a lot of rookie traders get scared out, and this is why 90% of traders fail, but stuck with your rules, held out, and made yourself at least 70 pips on this trade right now. Probably still looking for target 2. So a good example of how to use ratios and harmonics together, and also a good example of trader discipline. Friday was the last day in the live trading room for the clients that came over from Jason Stapleton's Ratio Master Series. And although about a third of them have decided to stay on and continue their trading education in the live room with me, which, by the way, I'm very grateful and very thankful for, the majority of the trading day was taken up by an extensive Q&A session, since this was the last time that I'd be talking to many of these traders. Trading-wise today, I did go 0 for 1. Ending the month of June with my lowest win percentage since the room opened back in January. However, with that being said, we were still able to continue our streak of positive months, meaning months where we finished with profit, giving us 6 for 6 so far this year. And that actually brings me to a good point now that I think about it. And we discussed this in the room today, but a lot of traders think that in order to be successful, you need to have a really good win percentage, such as 70, 80%, even 60%. Basically, they think that in order to make money, you have to win more than you lose. And I suppose this is true in some cases. However, the style that I trade in the room and the style that I was taught, this isn't the case. The key really lies in giving yourself a proper risk-reward ratio. And if you set your trading up in such a way where just one winner can make up for 2, maybe even 3 losses, and that eliminates a lot of the pressure of feeling that you need to be right each trade in order to make money. One of the compliments I got in the room today was that about the fact that I stay so calm through trades, especially losing trades. And I wasn't always like this, but over time, as I matured as a trader and finally started to realize that a single trade, win or lose, wouldn't make or break me, I accepted who I was as a trader. So who am I as a trader? I'm basically a trader that has a consistent win percentage of between 40 and 55%, and at least that's how it's been throughout the live room. The key is, instead of trying to force trades and maybe take stuff out of the ordinary and try to bring my percentage up to 60, 70, 80, I concern myself more with managing my risk that is allowed, managing the risk that I take during these trades. And what this has done is allowed me to have a month like this, which is a pretty down month, where we have 9 wins versus 14 losses, but still increase our equity by 4%. Now, the spreadsheet you're looking at is a mock spreadsheet that I use to track stats of the trades I take in the live room. Personally, I'm not really big on showing off stats or sharing them, so this may be the one time you ever see this. But I did want to provide example of how trading really works and show you guys that trading isn't about shooting for the stars every month. as you can see. It's more about treading along, surviving, making consistent returns each month, and then every once in a while have that really big month where you can really cash in and make a big leap in your equity curve. But more importantly, it's also about avoiding as much drawdown as possible. And as you can see, again, we have 6 positive months, and even the months where we didn't do too well, the 2% months, those could easily have been minus 10% months or minus 5% months. So 2%, I'm happy with that. It's not a loss. And thinking about where I was 2 years ago, those 2% were a lot different, and it made my wallet a lot lighter. But anyway, the point is, do I expect this streak to continue? Why not? I mean, we've done it so far, but at the same time, I wouldn't be surprised and I wouldn't be upset if we did have a losing month or 2 losing months. But it doesn't matter, because in the big picture, we've already put ourselves in the position where if we do have one of those or a few of those, it won't hurt our overall performance. And that's what trading is all about, the big picture.